All right. Hey, how you doing? This is Eric from Amp Live and the Amp Live Real Estate Show, coming to you live here today on a Tuesday, Rock and Roll Tuesday Deal Day, as well as just wanted to touch bases and kind of let you all know what's happening for tomorrow for Wednesday, Wellness Day. We're going live at 7 p.m. It's the Erick's Domination Live Networking Meetup, where we go online and we'll share each other's stuff and just got to sign up. There'll be a link that's coming up probably in a little bit, but just a little housekeeping. I want to say, thank you to all past, present, future mentees of America, as well as people doing business and deals and all that good stuff from East Coast to the West Coast and everything in between. We're definitely rocking deals and looking for deals here in Southern California, all 4 counties, as well as the Texas Triangle and other states that come aboard or come about, or deals that look good. It could be single family, multifamily, and all that other good stuff. So today, obviously, it's always live, raw, and unedited. So coming live here today on Tuesday, Rock and Roll Tuesday, and it's usually, a sales day of some sort. I'm rocking my hat. Hey, the boss, my wife bought me this hat, so I'm putting it to some good use so I can giddy up and get some mileage in this son of a bitch, right? Because it's a cool hat. I'm not much for wearing hats. I don't like hats, but hey, I thought this hat was pretty cool. So I'm wearing it. I'll wear it out and about, or if I go live somewhere, it's cool. But I'm not from Texas. I started thinking about stuff. I go, oh, hey man, I'm not from Texas. You don't have to be from Texas to wear a hat, right? But I just thought it was cool. It smells kind of cool too. I think it looks okay. But at the end of the day, hey, if you let me know if you think it looks okay, cool. Give me a yay. If you don't, it's okay. Nay. But at the end of the day, I'm wearing some bitch anyways because I like it. And, it's a little bit different because I'm wearing kind of suited up here and then wearing a cowboy hat or a hat of some sort, whatever you want to call it. And I started thinking a long time ago when I used to play rock and roll, had long hair and, going after the dream, want to get signed to it by a major label and all that good stuff, right? I remember playing in Hollywood. And inside when we were playing a lot of those clubs in Hollywood is with the Whiskey, which is, all kinds of crazy big ass bands, played on that stage, from the Doors to Jim Morrison, all those people, and even Van Halen and bands like that. And then the Roxy, and then obviously Gazzari's right before. That's an old ass club there with Bill Gazzari and all that good stuff. But it was kind of cool knowing that, other bands like Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses, all played on those stages too. So it's just a little bit of a, going back to the past a little bit and going, hey, that was pretty awesome. It was pretty cool. And hopefully you can enjoy some of the accomplishments of your past, right, at the end of the day, because we all got one. And I started thinking about the hat and, and all this other good stuff, and just back in the day, never wore a hat even back then, but, it's just more about the hair, right? A bunch of hair and, leather and tight-ass pants and all that shit, and screaming vocals and heavy metal and rock and roll. That's what that was all about. And but I'm coming here live today. And I wanted to share tomorrow, so I'm going to go through a couple of things here just to share with you today on a Tuesday. I'll be your host. This is Amp Live, and I'll be your host for the Amp Live Real Estate Show. If you'd like to be on the Amp Live Real Estate Show, definitely shoot me a DM or do a chat somewhere on here. And there'll be some links coming up. There'll probably be links down below, several links with our sponsors, VIP Execs Realty Lending and Investments in Luxury Properties. Definitely reach out and touch bases with us if you got a property that you need to sell, or you're looking for properties, whether it's 1 to 100 here in Southern California or anywhere in the United States for that matter. Definitely reach out, touch bases. I'm going to talk a little bit today. Like I said, it's live and uncut, so there's not like an overview. I don't have there's no notes here. If it's just about deals today and rock and roll deals today. I'll be back tomorrow for Wellness Wednesday. It's going to be 7 p.m., March 25th. Sign up. It's the real, and I'll pull it up in a second. You'll have the link and all that good stuff. And it's also going to be in the post down below. So we got some cool stuff that's rolling out. Hopefully you're doing good, and hopefully you're rock and rolling in the real estate business. We're all about creative real estate investing in the private sector and in the public sector. It's all about VIP Execs Realty Lending and Investments. We're talking about buyers and listings and sellers and lending and all that good stuff, right, on the traditional side as well as the private market side, or I should say the private money side, or hard money side, I should say. There is a little bit of a difference, right? Some people say, you say tomato, I say tomato. Hard money is, yes, a broker and a couple investors coming together, and the broker puts that money together and lends it out through a hard money company. Private money is a little more private, right? You're dealing with private. That's what we call friendship deal investors. As deals come down the wire, because a lot of leads are coming down the wire, a lot of opportunities are coming down the wire in Southern California, as well as everywhere throughout the United States of America, including the Texas Triangle. But in Southern California, we're dealing with distressed properties, pre-foreclosures, NODs, probates, vacant properties, divorce, and all that good stuff. Because as you know, the market's doing what it's doing and the economy is doing what it's doing and all that good stuff, right? No doom and gloom at the end of the day. I'm an optimist, so I'm always about, hey, PMA, positive mental attitude, looking for the opportunities and the good and everything at the end of the day. So with that said, deals are coming down the wire. So when those deals come down the wire, like for us, and it's what I want to share with you guys and gals out there, is creative real estate investing is the future. Creative real estate investing has been here for a while. It's more prevalent now thanks to social media. But when I was doing it back before social media was out and about, it was like having a superpower. It still is a superpower because a lot of people do not do it or do it correctly. But nobody really knew about it. So they're like, how are you buying these properties? How did you buy them with no money? How did they could have listed it and sold it. Why did they sell it to you? So it's always the same thing. It comes down to the art of the deal. It's what we call the Amp Live method, psychology, understanding the client, understanding who you're dealing with, whether it's a seller, buyer, investor, any of that stuff. And it does come down to skill sets. I got mentees of the past and even future, and even not future, but present. They ask questions like, hey, were you born a salesperson? Hell no, I was shy as hell, right? I was probably the last person that turned into a salesperson. I hate to say salesperson, but it's true, right? Everybody is selling, whether you're selling or whether you think you're selling or not, whether you're a mom or a soccer mom who's trying to get their kid on the field and you're doing whatever you got to do that. It's selling. You're selling yourself, in a good way, right? Without, getting things construed as, weird or whatever the hell. But the bottom line is everybody's selling. Everybody sells. Everybody has their opinion. So, but this is more in a structured environment where we're going, hey, we know what the outcome is. We know what solutions we have. We know what our skill sets are. And we know what we can do to help the seller, the buyers, and even ourselves to make what? Yes, a profit. We are for a profit company. A lot of times, AHA, we do have a company called AHA, Americans Helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. That's our total goal. And it's always been our cause and mission to help our fellow Americans in those real estate situations, whether they're good situations, ugly houses in nice areas. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is providing those solutions. And we can do that with the skill sets that we have and the resources that we put together over the years. And, so at the end of the day, we feel good about what we're doing when we're helping fellow Americans. Okay. So with that said, I wanted to share a couple of things with you as we got some programs rolling out, because I know not everybody can come aboard our AMP Live, our American Mentee program, for whether it's the cost. At the same token, sometimes they're just not ready. And we know when the ones that are ready are the ones that have been beat up in the industry, right? They've already spent $500, $5,000, $50,000 or more on the real estate education, and they're still spinning the wheels trying to figure out how to wholesale. What the hell is creative real estate investing? How do I flip a property? How do I buy properties? How do I make these offers, right? How do I break down these deals? How do I lead generate? How do I do this text marketing, reading this voice message? How do I do this AI stuff? How do I set up my systems? How do I set up my brokerage, right? Now, all those things, obviously, it's videos, TikTok, and all that good stuff. I get all that. Hey, TikTok and YouTube will help you to a degree, and then you're going to need a coach, and then you're going to need a one-on-one mentor to help you get to the different levels in this business. That's just how it works, right? You got to put in and pay your dues. But there is a cheat code, and that cheat code is, yes, finding a mentor that's willing to work with you and help you. Most aren't going to willing to do that, because I know for me, I had to have all my systems built out. I had about 16, 17 months of building everything out, working a regular job, corporate gig, 80, 90 hours on the salary, and then still trying to study, get my real estate license at the same token, working this business, building out the websites, building out the program, building out the systems and processes to be able to do what? To have a viable freaking real estate investment firm, because that should be the goal. A lot of people get into this business because they think, hey, I'm going to be a real estate mogul and I don't have to have any money and it's easy peasy and I can just blow the shit up. But they're not getting into this with the right frame of mind. The right frame of mind, you got to frame that this is a business. It is an actual freaking business, just like a hot dog stand, right? It's like a freaking restaurant, right? Maybe a car dealer. Or if you're going on a small scale, it's a little store you're going to open up in the corner. You still have to treat it like a business, right? If it's brick and mortar, it's one thing. This is not brick and mortar, because everybody and their mother is getting in, has gotten in on the internet marketing thing, whether it's a business and share your passions and all that good stuff from all the big gurus sharing that stuff, right? Sounds easy peasy, but it's harder than shit. Trust me, internet marketing is not not a easy thing to unlock, right? And it's kind of the same thing with real estate, right? Real estate can be the easiest or the cheapest entry point, but to get some traction and to do this and learn these skill sets, it takes more time. It will take some money. You're going to spend money. You're going to lose money. You're going to make wrong decisions and all that good stuff. You'll get frustrated. You either quit or you get smacked down, and then you get back up, and you get smacked down, and you get back up. How many times can you and will you get back up is the key, right? And so I'm like, hey, I'm just going to get a course. I'm going to do this mentoring thing, and then some of them blow up and others don't, because the numbers are there. Statistically, it's like any business, right? If you can last 5 years in a business, you're probably going to have the business for the rest of your life, or for as long as you want it. If you can last that long. Others, and I should say it, even like real estate, with creative real estate investing, 97% of real estate investors in the United States of America do not utilize creative real estate investing or even know how to do it correctly. Only about 3% do. And that's the truth, right? Those are my statistics, of course. So, you can look it up and do whatever. And 9 times out of 10, I'm right. So, it's not to be right. It's just because I've been around. It's called experience, right? You understand what's out there. But I do want to share a couple of things with you today. One is Amp Live TV. So we'll be doing a lot of that as we go out into the field, still working out a lot of the kinks, no big deal. But as we do that, and for several programs that we got rolling out. So the first quarter, several things are coming to fruition, I should say, at the end of the day, right? We have the 30-day challenge. We have the door rocking challenge, right? We obviously have friendship deals, or we're going to start pushing friendship deals really hard for the second quarter, simply because more inventory and properties are coming down the wire to buy, sell, fix, and flip, single family properties, and a lot of what? Multifamilies coming down the wire. Yes, the RV trailers, the storage units, you got land, you got small commercial properties, you got your mom and pop commercial properties all over the United States of America. Of course, you want to be buying in the areas where, landlording and that stuff and cash flow is friendly. The ones that aren't too friendly doesn't mean, I can't buy property here. If you just don't buy and hold, fix, flip, get in, get out, get in, get out, move forward, solve problems, and move the hell on. Wholesale this son of a bitch if you have to, right? So, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and I want to bring up this cool graphic I like. Also, here we go. I want to take, so today is just going to be, hey, I'm not even going to look at the timer, but at the end of the day, I'm going to talk about stuff. Hopefully I drop some awesome stuff for you that you can actually use and take into the field. And that's creative real estate investing is going to be your jam. It should be your jam. It's the way to leverage property more so than the banks. The banks, they leverage people. They leverage the money inside the banks. You're just doing the same thing, right? Just using different rules. So Amp Live TV, I'm going to be using these spectacles too as I go back and forth, because I got to read this stuff. It's not all memorized, but always real, raw, and standing for truth. Home of the Amp Live Real Estate Show. I'll obviously your host, Erick of Amp Live and VIP Execs. I will be your host today. You can also hashtag Get Erick Paul Live, hashtag Get Erick Paul Live. The art of the deal, creative real estate investing, and the Amp Live method, right? That's something that we created over the years, is the Amp Live method. I will notice that we are live here on YouTube, as well as, and then it's monetized, and it goes live on YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitch, a bunch of other places, as well as Facebook groups. We used to just go live in the Facebook groups, but you got to do certain things. They kind of lock that up, of course, as they always do. They're always changing their algorithms and shit like that. It was a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. We just adjust, we adapt, or we perish. I say, let's rock and roll. So with this here, obviously, this is streamed live, like I said, on YouTube. And it's kind of weird because I can use this phone here and go live, and you see a bunch more activity. Here it's a little bit different. I don't know how the algorithms work. Maybe they just want you to use these things more than they want you to use this laptop stuff, but it's all set up the way it's set up. But definitely Amp Live TV. I'd love to get anybody, if you're interested, get you on the show for the Amp Live Real Estate Show. It definitely helps out with content. It's all about being seen. It's all about, sharing your wares and your skill sets at the end of the day. And that's what we're here to do. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up because I thought this was cool. This is brand new. You said you wanted to get into real estate. This is your shot. The Amp Live American Mentee program is now open for pre-sale. Learn how to find deals, structure them, and close them. Limited spots, okay? There's limited spots right now. Now, I'm going to pull up a QR code in about probably 30, 40 seconds from now, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about this. First and foremost, we do have what's called the American Mentee Program. It's one of the only programs of its kind where we train and mentor you and others across the United States of America one-on-one. Nobody does it because it's not profitable and nobody wants to spend the time or just want to give you a bunch of videos and all that good stuff. I get it. There's a place and time for that stuff, like I said, right? But if you wanted to take your business to a new level and you're like, hey, I want to build a real estate firm, I need to learn how to negotiate. I need to get my closing ratios up to 60, 70, 80%. I need processes and systems, right? You got to think about that. Think about franchise, right? Franchises don't fail, people do. So you need to plug in that structure. And that's what we're here to do, to help you with that. Whatever it is, maybe it's just a mom and pop biz. Maybe it's just you on a part-time basis. Maybe you love your gig and your career and you just want to, figure out where I can put my money, and I want to buy some money because when I get ready to retire, I want to retire with some, multifamily or maybe 10, 15, 20 units, single family properties or whatever. It's going to help put your kids through college and fulfill your dreams when you retire and all that good stuff, right? I say do it now, right? Grind now, shine later. Wish I would have known that stuff, until later. But I always say you're never too young and you're never too old. So don't make that bullshit excuse at the end of the day. Don't even believe the bullshit or drama. It's all about what's in your heart and whether you're willing to continue to fight. A lot of people give up. I get that, right? And I've heard it a lot. I've heard it from my father-in-laws. I've heard it from brother-in-laws. I've heard it from just regular people. And they get into their 30s and 40s and 50s. Said 30s, man, that's like peak time. Get rocking and rolling. Fuck all that. 40s, I get it. Get a little tired, get a little burned out. Maybe things happen in life, and even in their 50s, right? Or say, several of them said the same thing. Never quit, never quit. One thing of advice, I'll ask them, hey, I would hit them up. I go, what dreams and inspire, what aspirations did you have? And then they tell me, and they go, well, how come you didn't fulfill them? How come you didn't move forward? I said, I did. They did, went for it, but then they got burned out. They got tired and life happened. And then what was this? The same thing. They all say the same shit. I wish I would have never stopped. I wish I would have never given up. I wish I would have believed in myself more. I wish I would have went through more of the pain that I needed to go through, but I didn't want to because I fucking said I was probably done, or I just wanted to stay comfortable. I get it. Comfortable is easy. Comfortable sucks. And it happens to all of us, right? But at the end of the day, you just keep rocking and rolling, keep moving forward. If you have dreams and aspirations, hey, go for it. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. What are you going to lose? Come on. At the end of the day, right? But I thought this was cool. This is awesome. I want to say thank you for Mr. Swede putting this together. This is a program now, okay? So that's the one-on-one mentoring program, okay? That's the one-on-one mentoring program. All I ask is that you take care of the hard costs. We work together. We build a target and all that good stuff, but I'm not going to get deep into that. We do have something very special that's coming out for the second quarter as well, especially for this right here, right? It's for the Founders Program. It's going to be, yes, a 6-week mentoring program, 6-week coaching program, I should say. And it's going to, all it is a digital version of our one-on-one mentoring program, okay? And it's going to be all jam-packed, about 8 courses filled with everything from creative real estate investing to wholesaling to subject to seller finance. All that good stuff will be in there, touching bases. Main components are going to be the creative real estate investing element, okay, and the wholesaling element. You'll get access to everything else and all those other good things, right? You'll get calls and coaching and all that good stuff that's going to come with it. But I would suggest get in on that. It's going to probably see it promoted on the pages a lot. It's going to probably drop into your feeds a lot. And it's just going to be a simple one-time price to get in, a founder's price. I'm not going to share any of that right now, simply because I just wanted to touch bases on that. And what I'd really love you to do is click that link for the Domination, right? The live Domination webinar meetup. That's going to be more about the one-on-one. It's going to be more about what you need to do, right? Because wholesaling is cool. It'll help you build your business, but it's a one-trick pony. Eventually, you're going to want to take that money, put it into your business, and start buying, selling, fixing, and flipping, right? Property. So you can start building a legacy for you and your family, right? Or whatever you're wanting to do. Or if you got money and you want to put money into property, well, you need to learn those things on how to find those properties, how to negotiate them, how to underwrite them, right? And then figure out the best exit strategy. If you just know wholesaling, you got one exit strategy, 70 cents on the dollar, 65 cents on the dollar, mark it up. And if it fits, then you were able to lock it up and sell it, right? A lot of people are looking for those, hey, a lot of properties are all fucked up, or, they're like practically burnt down, or they're down to the studs, or, there's tons of dog shit and cat shit all up in the house and all that good stuff, right? I'll be honest with you. I've never been a fan of those type of properties. They do come, like in the Midwest, a lot of that bullshit happens. And they're out here too. There's some crazy pads, and that's okay. But usually I like the ones that are built in the 2000s, right? 2000 and up. You get in, you get out. They got good bones. Or even if they're thrashed and it's a hoarder pad and they got tons of shit, I don't give a shit with dog shit and all kinds of stuff in there. Who cares? It's okay. It's got good bones. We got to worry about it. Every house is going to have termites. So don't believe the shit that, oh, well, newer houses don't have termites. Yes, they do. Every fucking house has termites, right? It just is what it is. But it's nothing structural, nothing that's going to, destroy it and bring down the house, or you get into the walls and that shit starts falling apart and all kinds of stuff, or it's past its obsolescence or past its, value, or, hey, man, this house is not even, livable because you got all these rooms that are all jacked up and it's not even, doesn't even flow. It's called obsolescence, right? It's past its obsolescence period. So you got to add walls, or you got to knock down walls and things of that nature. Those are houses like 1930s, 40s, and 50s. And when you do stuff like that, yes, that's great if you have a contracting business and all that good stuff, right? Because you can figure all that stuff out, and if you can get it done at a good price. All right, so I'm going to move over here. I want to introduce you to myself and Miss Elizabeth from VIP Execs Realty, Lending and Investments, and Luxury Properties as well. But a little bit about what we do is specialize. Obviously, specialized VIP Execs Realty, Lending and Investments specializes in real estate, finding properties, working with buyers, and lending, right? If you want that awesome loan, you need somebody, an advocate to kick some ass for you and get you the best, interest rates based on what's out there, and working to get you inside of a property quickly, not within 3 to 6 months if you're looking for a property, but you got to be serious. If you're serious and you're ready to roll, we'll get you in, or, VIP Execs and Elizabeth will get you in, and the team get you in pretty quick, probably within 30, 60, 90 days. Because it's taken a lot of people are getting into contracts and dropping out, and a lot of whining and crying back and forth. But you want to have that, you got to have you got to have a team, right? And that's what we do. As well as listing those properties. You need to get something sold. Yes. You got to be flexible and understand that, hey, there's certain things that have to be done because this is what a professional does, right? It'd be like going to a dentist and saying, hey, make sure you don't do that and do that and do that. You're going to tell the dentist not to do something that he knows needs to be done. He's the dentist, went to school for all that good stuff. It's kind of like mentees who try to tell you how to coach them, right? Hey, no, I've seen this, I've seen that, and I think you should tell me how to do this, or shouldn't tell me how to do that. It doesn't work that way, right? That's why you hire a professional. You can either hire an amateur or you can hire professionals, right? Amateurs are going to cost you a lot of money over time, and there's a lot of them out there. Okay, agents, brokers, even investors, wholesalers, probably 97%. I'd say maybe 90%. I would say part-timers and amateurs, right? For us, it's full-time. It's what we do, 24, I shouldn't say 24/7, but sometimes, hey, it is what it is, right? 7 days a week at the end of the day. But we do, got a schedule with picking times, pick days and times that we work with clients and things of that nature. There is a structure to this stuff. Doesn't mean you have to work 7 days a week. Doesn't mean you have to work 24 hours a day. No, it doesn't work that way, right? There's just the structure that you flow. It's a flow. It's a lifestyle. But when you're looking for somebody to help you get a property sold, whether it's a traditional, single family, commercial property, or a luxury property, yes, you got to trust in the person that's working with you, right? And the company that's working with you. And that's just a simple phone call. And once you understand that, then, hey, you got some property to sell. We can definitely unload it very quickly and move in that direction to help you out with that. If it's a loan, whether it's traditional, conventional, a Freddie, Fannie, FHA, all that good stuff, right? Or even private money or hard money. And obviously the pricing is a little bit different. So you got to be prepared for that. You got to understand that as a real estate investor, it's private money. It's hard money, right? It's going to cost, so at the end of the day, I want to introduce you to myself, obviously, and then Miss Elizabeth, who's obviously the head of VIP Execs Realty, Lending and Investments, and Luxury Properties. Definitely, we do work with people who are in pre-foreclosures, right? Whether you're in a distressed situation, whether it's a vacant property, a divorce, it could be, properties that need some fixing up. It could even be the luxury properties, right? And maybe they're too far gone or not too far gone. Just a lot of loans, a lot of stuff is happening. We can definitely, help you with that because we have the experience back behind that. And not every time, there's a lot of people who list the properties and the agents aren't savvy enough. They're not talking to the banks. They're not talking with the lenders. They're not talking with the investors to try to work something out with the bank and bringing those offers to the table to be able to work with the banks at the end of the day. And then the properties end up going to pre-foreclosure. They end up, going to sale, an auction. An investor will buy them at the auction. If nobody buys them at the auction, then they go back to the bank, right, as an REO. Or they postpone it, and they postpone the inevitable. Just more money keeps stacking, and all their equity gets gobbled up, right? And it happened to a young man, I think it was in the high desert or Palm Desert or something like that. Young lady brought the deal to the table. We started working with them. Perfect. This would have been perfect for the young man, right? At the end of the day, say, look, no problem. Here, we'll get you this amount of money. Here's what the property is you owe this much. It was 189. Don't quote me on that. $189, $1,000. And then it's a little small 2-bedroom, 2-bath house. I think it was about maybe $45,000 behind in back payments, right? He was like, oh, I want 300-something thousand. The house ain't worth 3-something, young man. Not to mention, who did the repairs? Well, I did. Well, okay, that means all the repairs are probably shit. So we're gonna need to now maybe turn that into a 3-2, and now we're talking about increasing the value of the property very easy and quickly, or still gonna have to go and fix all the stuff that he didn't probably do right. But he's just postponing, doing all kinds of crazy stuff to save his property. But right there, the solution was us. What's the solution? Hey, right? What was the offer? What were we getting offer-wise? Oh, about 189, 175, 165,000 for my property. Okay, there you go. Right? That's probably what you're going to get in the open market. Listed it, nothing. At the end of the day, here's the deal. We'll take over the property subject to existing financing, right? We're going to reinstate the loan. We're going to go ahead and take it subject to existing financing. We're going to put the property in a trust for legal tax purposes, all that good stuff, just to do what we need to do, give you some money to move on, and then we're going to do what we need to do with the property. We're either going to keep it and keep it as a rental or flip it, whatever needs to happen. But that was the solution. And then the young man texts back, I don't know, 7-8 months later, hey, can you help me out with this and that? Blah, blah, blah. This is a guy, the young man's got some nerve, right? But he's just scraping for whatever. It's too late. The property already went back, and the investor already bought it. Now he's thinking, oh, I want to go, or I think it was going to auction block. I want to go and bid on it and this and that. He's going to play that game, right? Because they created that little stupid law by, was it a new scum or whatever they were doing back then? Or what they did, just trying, you gotta bid on it and have the opportunity to bid on it. It's fucking stupid. At the end of the day, they're not gonna be able to keep their house. They don't have the job to keep it. They don't have the money to reinstate. So just fucking sell some bitch and cut your loss and move on with your life. It's just a piece of property. It's material bullshit at the end of the day. Move on. And that's maybe that's being harsh. But at the end of the day, if it was me, same shit, right? Now I get it. Maybe it was a house I lived in forever, but 9 times out of 10, it's not that, right? It's not a house you lived in forever. My grandma lived here. My mom lived here. I was born in the house, blah, 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 blah. You'll figure out how to, fix that. Or you're going to, use your emotions and go, man, these people are here to help me out. Let me just, get this thing done, get it sold, get some money, and move the hell on with your life. That's just the, pre-foreclosure stuff. It happens in probates too, right? Probates are a little bit of a different jam, where it's more about money, right? All the heirs got the money and they got the house, but they don't want all the work. Just give me the money. They don't want to do no sub-2. They don't want to do creative stuff. Just straight up cash. But then, they try to put a little bit of, paint on it, a little lipstick on a pig. And they're like, yeah, we want $600,000 for, it's only worth $300, put some more money into the property and fix it all up the way it needs to be. And you'll get full retail. So they're a little bit delusional, but at the end of the day, I get it. Right. And then when people are trying to call them and help them, oh my God, my father just died, my grandpa just died, blah, 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 blah. Look, well, then fix up the fucking property. Do what you need to do and stop whining and crying about it. I get it, right? Maybe that's, feeling, hey, maybe it's the same thing. Go, oh my God, do you have any compassion? Of course we've got compassion, right? I've had people that passed away. We all do. It's part of life. But at the end of the day, you're either going to, bite the bullet, fix it up and flip it, or you're going to, you have to deal with investors. And they're going to, you put it on the market, you're going to get what it's going to call for, right? Maybe he needs 100, 200,000 because mom and dad lived in the property for 80 years, right? And nobody's ever updated the property. Might be a damn tear down, right? But those things happen. Divorces happen. Oh, I'm going through a divorce. Emotional stuff, all that good stuff. Or I don't have enough money to fix it up. Or hey, maybe it's a nice house in a nice area. Or they're going, oh yeah, I got a $3 million property, and I need to get $5 million out of it. Okay, well that's not going to happen. A lot of stuff happens. It's just a waiting game. It's inevitable. The banks will always win. They're always going to get the property back if you don't reinstate the loan, put it back on the books. Period. All right. So, and even with commercial and all that good stuff. So the reason I share that with you is because all those things that we deal with, right? Short sales, REOs, there's going to be loan mods, there's going to be, fixer uppers, there's going to be nice houses in nice areas, there's rental properties, real estate comes with emotions, right? It comes with people that are attached to that stuff. Some people get emotionally attached to the property, and others like, no, I don't care. I just want it gone. Shit, I wanted this thing sold 6 months ago. Thank you for showing up, and hey, just write me a check and I'm done. You can do whatever the hell you want with the property. I am out. I'm moving out of the country. I'm moving out of the state. I got a job relocation, or I'm moving on with my life, whatever it is. And that's it. Those are the beautiful ones. Even then, you still got to work them, right? It's still, at the end of the day, it takes time to make that stuff happen. And that's a certain skill set you have to have. But this is what I'm going to share with you right now. Join Erick's Creative Real Estate Domination live networking meetup with VIP execs and friends. Definitely, you can scan this QR code. I believe it's right here. Blank. That's not a QR code, but you can go to that website right there, webinars.amp-live.net. I will put up a QR code as well, so you can actually scan that QR code and join. I believe it's right here. There you go. Creative Real Estate Domination Live Networking Meetup. Scan the QR code to sign up. Scan that QR code. It's right there in the corner. Boink, boink, boink. Scan it right there. And that's that. You're going to learn everything about creative real estate investing. I'm going to share some awesome stuff with you. I'm going to drop some bonuses with you. We're going to talk about, bring your deals, by the way. If you got deals, bring them. We'll break them down. We'll look, see if there's anything there, point you in the right direction, or maybe we'll joint venture with you, or help you get the money, structure the deal, and go from there. Okay. So that's what's going to happen on the Creative Real Estate Domination Live Networking Meetup. Now, this will obviously be a live webinar. So, you'll be able to, show your face, talk, chat, Q&A, and all that good stuff. If you're in Southern California and you like to do these live, then definitely let us know. Reach out, touch bases with us in some capacity. And we'll do these probably in San Bernardino, Riverside, or Orange County. And we'll pick a location, either an office or a restaurant of some sort. But you can scan that QR code right there. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up pretty soon. I do want to share the screen with you. I'm going to go ahead and bring that up real quick. Let me see what we got here. So on this live meetup here, it's a Real Estate Domination Investor Meetup presented by Amp Live Media and VIP Execs team. In-person networking still exists. It does. It's happening all over the United States of America, right? So we will, for the next quarter, our second quarter coming up, right? Probably April, May, June, as we cruise into summer. We're already into spring, but as we cruise into summer, we'd love to have you. If you're in Southern California, definitely touch bases with us. You can also scan that QR code right there. There's a QR code if you want to book some time. I would suggest you do a breakout call with myself and my team to help you out if you got any questions, or if you're thinking about getting in this business, or you're in this business and you're just stuck and spinning your wheels and you go, man, I really need something, right? So this is not like the rehash stuff that's out there. And we take pride in what we do with the one-on-one mentoring program. But I'm going to share something before I wrap this up in a second. You can scan this QR code right here. There's a big old giant one right there. You can scan that big giant QR code right there, and that'll get you into the real estate domination creative real estate investing networking meetup. I say it different. I say it differently every time, but it is what it is. Okay, scan that QR code right there. Lock in your spot. We'll chit chat top, and we'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be tomorrow on Wednesday, 7 p.m. And this is obviously, this is Southern California, but it's for anywhere in the United States of America. I don't care if you're from the East Coast, the West Coast, and everywhere in between. This is obviously specifically because we're out here in Southern California, USA Real Estate Domination Investor Meetup, free online webinar. Learn to discuss creative real estate investing and creative market strategies for this market. Super important. Market's always changing. Market's always shifting. It's like a live entity, right? It's like the freaking ocean. It's always moving. It's always changing. It's always growing. Everything happens in real estate. So you can scan that QR code. It's right there. Again, you can scan that QR code and get in the game. I would suggest get in the game and share with us, share what you're doing. We're going to share creative real estate investing. We're going to get down and dirty and deep inside there with the creative real estate investing. Click. You can actually scan the QR code. You don't have to click there. You can scan the QR code and learn more. So I got something I want to share with you real quick. This is, most people will never close a real estate deal. It's like, man, if you're trying to sell some stuff, I get it, man, right? Yeah, people ask, do you sell? Of course, yeah, we have a mentor program we sell. We buy properties. We fix, flip. We have a real estate brokerage, real estate VIP execs realty, lending and investments are sponsors, right? All those things, right? everybody in a job. We're entrepreneurs. That's what we do. We're business owners. So yes, there's always something to sell. But you got to remember, look, most people, and this is like, not to freak you out, but it's true. Most people will never close a real estate deal when they get into this business, right? They'll buy the course. It'll sit on the shelf. They'll buy the course, watch the videos, and get burned out and get tired. They'll try it. They'll try to make some phone calls. Maybe they'll try door knocking. Maybe they'll try build a CRM, or they'll spend some money on a bunch of stuff, put the cart before the horse, and they go, man, it didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. It's not for me. Okay, I get it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen to everybody. Now, I'm not going to tell you statistics, or I could, I guess it doesn't matter, right? But a giant proportion, probably 90, 97% are not going to make it, period, right? But you have a better chance working with us at the end of the day than you do just trying to work it out by yourself, or watching a bunch of videos and then TikTok and YouTube, getting a coaching course, and then maybe trying to get yourself. And most people don't do the one-on-one mentoring unless you're going to pay them $50,000 to $100,000. If you got that kind of money, then cool. That means you're making some money. So that's a good thing, right? So it's not a bad thing. But in the beginning, most people don't have that, or they're going to spend anywhere from 20, 30, 40, 50, or $100,000 and may never ever see that money again, simply because they gave up, right? We're not going to let you do that. Nobody's left behind when you work with us. Nobody's left behind when you work with Amp Live and the American Mentee Program. Powered by Amp Live Media, a media broadcasting and marketing company, as well as our sponsors, VIP Execs Realty, Lending and Investments, and Luxury Properties. No one's ever left behind. As long as you show up to the party, we're always going to show up. So we're always going to rock and roll every single day. I don't care, 7 days a week. It doesn't matter. Monday, everybody have I guess the government and society, named the whole week. It's a week, it's 7 days. There's the 24 hours. There's the clock. And, this is called Monday. This one's called Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Shit, as far as I'm concerned, a Saturday could be a Monday. A Monday could be a Sunday. The day is the day. Now, obviously, everybody gets into their own rhythms, right? People go, hey, I work Monday through Friday, so they live for the weekend. Others are like, hey, I work from Thursday to Sunday, or maybe it's, in between there, and they get Tuesday and Thursday off. That becomes their weekend, right? Is a Tuesday and a Thursday. They get into their little thing because they want to, give to themselves. They want to be comfortable. Hey, I earned this. And you can get into a rut and things of that nature at the end of the day. But every day is an awesome day. Every day is a beautiful day. Every day is an opportunity. And, I get it. Life can happen. Things can happen. JOB can happen. All kinds of stuff, right? Even if you're an entrepreneur, it happens, right? But if you're out, my point is that you won't have to worry about that. If you're working with us, I guarantee it, if you show up to the party, you follow directions, right? You're going to download everything I'm going to share with you into your mind, in your brain, right? And if you're watching videos and things of that nature, we're going to go through it because it's all based on muscle memory. We have a way of doing it to the point where we go very quickly from like 0 to 60 very, very fast. When I mean 0 to 60 miles per hour, super fast, right? Now, we can go as fast or as slow as you need to, but at the end of the day, it works. The way we mentor and coach and train just works because of how we do it, right? Think of it as having a trainer, a mentor, someone who's taking you to a new level. That's what we do. There's nothing on the planet like it, simply because nobody does it or wants to do it, right? But that is our jam. And yes, we have, coaching programs and things of that nature to segue into the one-on-one mentoring program. But I will tell you this: we do got a program. It's a six-week course, and it's actually coming out second quarter. But most people will never close a real estate deal, not because they're not smart, because they never take action. And that's true. I get it. I'll be guilty of it. There's something, I've lost opportunities before by going, hey, I should have took advantage of that. I should have did this. I should have did that. And I didn't. And it cost lots of money and lots of time and bullshit. It is what it is. But, we're here to make sure that we keep you fired up. We keep you motivated. We keep you rocking and rolling with us. And the only way you can fail is if you don't show up to the party. We will always show up to the party. Guarantee it. Right? As long as you have integrity and loyalty and communication could break down, but the first two cannot. If those two are broken, then hey, don't call us. We won't call you. Good luck to you. Vice versa. The communication we can repair. But the first two, they're done. I mean, hey, you're probably not going to make it in this business anyways, because it's just the way the nature of the business, right? But I will say it's a pre-sale access for the Amp Live American Mentee Program. Take advantage of it. Let me see. I think I might have a QR code here. that you can go ahead and use. Let me look for that awesome, cool graphic. Is it right there? Get in the game, get in the game. Maybe it's down here. Where is it at? And scan this QR code, okay? And lock it in. It's our gift to you. If I can pull it up, I can find it. Let me see. Oh, there it is. Poink. Okay. You scan the QR code right there. Amplified presents the American Mentee Program. Adjust, adapt, or perish. I say rock and roll. All right. And right now there's a pre-launch, pre-sale. Take advantage of it. Lock it in. This is for the peeps, and been kind of pushing towards this for a while, and I just not really wanting to or wanted to. But this is for wanted to put the program together where you can utilize it, get you in the game, and you can actually go after those contracts, lock up properties, and close them up. And then obviously segue into our one-on-one mentoring if that's what you choose to. If you don't, it's okay. Don't worry about it, right? But the pricing is very, very affordable. It's like, man, it's the price of taking your family to dinner, right? So definitely lock in. You go to the website, click the link. I'm going to share it with you right now. You take a look at it, and let me pull that up in a second. I believe it's right here. Oh, okay. That'll be this slide here. Check it out. I'm going to go and share it with you. It's very simple. The Amplified American Mentee Program pre-sale. Become a deal maker in 30 days without expensive coaching. Welcome to the Amplified American Mentee Program, the digital edition, okay? It's your step-by-step blueprint, right, to mastering creative real estate investing without the 25, 35, 45, 10,000, 14,000, 15, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 price tag, okay? This is a self-paced version of the powerful mentorship that's helped students and mentees close real estate deals across the United States of America for the past probably decade. Wholesaling, lease options, subject to, creative financing strategies are our jam, and we're going to share those things with you, right? So lock in early access. You can go to this. I already gave you. The QR code is there. Lock in early access. This is your first name right here and all that good stuff, right? As you can see, it's super for the first 50 action takers. It's crazily insane at the price points that are there. And obviously, I'm not going to get into it very deeply, but what you'll learn inside the course is module 1, right? Mindset of a deal closer, super important. Finding motivated sellers. You got to have motivated sellers or you're dead in the water. You need deals. You need leads. Then art of the deal. That's super. This one's like probably worth the whole thing here, right? Is structuring. Learn how to structure creative offers even with no money, okay? I used to tell people, and it's true. How can you buy a property with $10 or $100? Is it possible? That sounds like bullshit, right? Even when I got started, I go, that can't be real. I didn't think it was real until I found out it was real. And then I started doing it, and we still continue to do it. At the end of the day, yes, you can. But it's creative real estate investing. It's the true creative real estate investing, the art of the deal. We like to call it the Amplified method. Negotiation, domination, scripts, tactics of control conversations, and win deals. Creative financing secrets, subject to, lease options. We're going to touch on all these things, right? And advanced strategy simplified. Closing your first deal, step-by-step breakdown from contract to payday. Scaling your operation, turn one deal into consistent income. That means even if it's a wholesale deal, maybe it's a fix and flip, your first deal, you never know what your first deal is going to be because you're not going to be left by yourself. Even on this program, right, where it's not a full one-on-one mentoring program, but guess what? You get access. We're gonna go over your deals. You're not gonna be left behind. You're gonna be part of a community at the end of the day. Where look, if you got something, do those wholesale deals. Build your business. Put it into your business, right? Don't put the cart before the horse. And then when you're ready to roll, then we start taking down some fix and flips and buy and holds, right? That's what you really want to do. That's how you're going to build out your business, right? For the scaling part of your business. No, and then obviously we're going to take it all down with tools, systems, and automation. Think franchise, right? Franchises don't fail. People fail. Downloadable templates, scripts, and checklists. These aren't something that's, I pulled it off the internet. I see a lot of people on Facebook and they're like, I got this contract. Where do I get a contract? Just go to chat sheet, whatever, and this and that, and, go online. No, come on. when I got started, the first thing I did is I talked to a fucking attorney, went to an attorney and said, can I use this and not get in trouble? Try to upsell me. And I said, no, look, hey, I don't got money to upsell. I don't want to change it. I just need to know, can I use this contract and not get in trouble? He said, yes, boom. I didn't have to, I paid him for a whole hour's worth of time. I was gone 15 minutes. That's all I need to know. See you later. Hasta la vista. Boom. Used it for the first 2 years of my career, right? For real estate. So yes, you want to become a clause freak. You want to become a contract freak if you really want to kick some ass in this business. At the end of the day, if we're going to JV and work together, last thing I'm going to do is allow you to not do something correct, and get us in trouble. So we're very, very meticulous about the contracts, how they're written, disclosures, how it's presented, and how we work these deals. And then when you do it a few times, right, it's downloaded, you get used to it. It's kind of like practicing, right? When you practice and practice and practice, you're working towards being practicing to a perfect practice. So there's no such thing as perfect, but you're working towards being perfect at practicing. And then you become better and better and better, and your closing ratios get better and better. And before you know it, it's like riding a bike. And you just do it in your sleep. Of course, a little bit, more to it than that. But eventually that's what happens because you're not by yourself, right? And then you got someone critiquing you to make sure, oh my God. Now, if you didn't have a mentor, you would have went, hey, I wrote the contract, but I didn't put this clause in. Then you go to Facebook, oh, I did this and did that and I lost my EMD, or I did this or I did that and it fell out of contract, and you wonder why it fell out of escrow or whatever, and you wonder why that happened. Because you didn't understand. What you didn't know is what you didn't know, and it sucks. I know. I went through the same shit. I had to go through it. Shit, I had to build out all my stuff, had to build out the websites, had to build out the systems, had to build out the contracts, agreements, disclosures, contracts, everything, right? From scratch. And, that took a long time to do. Shit, it took me 4 months to get my first deal. Now, it's not going to happen with you. Shit, you might get your first deal in the first week, second week, third week, fourth week. Heck, it might take you 30 days. It might take you 60 days. Shit, even if it does take 4 months, like even Stephanie in Florida took her 4 months because she was afraid to talk to people. But once she understood and we practiced enough, then she became better and better. Then became like riding a bike, right? So it doesn't matter. It's not a race. The bottom line is that once you understand and you learn this stuff, then nobody can take it away. That is the biggest takeaway from this probably live right now, is if you can understand that, is what you'll learn. Nobody can take it away from you ever, right? It's not something that they can snag from you. It's not something they can take from you. The government can't take it. Your friends can't take it. Your family can't take it from you. At the end of the day, all you can do is give it away if you want. That'd be a gift to whoever you want to be, or give it to them or charge them for it or whatever, right? But at the end of the day, that is your superpower for you and your family at the end of the day that I'm going to share with you. Because I'll even share it with you. Last cycle, I didn't share it before social media came out. I didn't share anything with anybody, not contracts, how I marketed, how I locked up properties, any of my processes. Nobody learned what I was doing. Brokers, agents, same thing. They're like, hey, how'd you do that? What's going on? What did you do? Can you do that? All this, that, blah, 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 whining and crying about stuff, right? But the bottom line is I didn't share it with anybody because I didn't want to, okay? But now it's everywhere, but there's a lot of misinformation, as they say, right? There's a lot of good information, a lot of bad information. Then it gets all mixed together and it turns out to be just like a barrel of shit, right? As they say, monkeys in a barrel. So you got to figure it out. You got to sift out the shit. You won't have to do that here. That's some crazy analogies. Hopefully you don't mind. But lock in your early access, okay? Look at that. Now, 8 to 12 videos, 4 to 8 hours. You got a bonus resource vault, exclusive Q&A session replay, advanced deal case studies, fast track templates for scaling. We got audio versions of on-the-go learning for you, downloadable templates, contracts, and checklists, stuff that we use, okay? Now, obviously, I'm not going to get into the technical part, right, but how it works. Purchase the program to get instant access via email. Start learning immediately. Apply strategies in real time. Close your first freaking deal. All right, why this program works? Because it's not theory. It's not theory. This is battle-tested, Amp Live strategy, okay? This is what you're getting. This is what's going to help you build your business, right? No more spinning your wheels, no more BS. And the great thing is that you're connected to us and you're connected to my team, so you're not going to be left behind, okay? So there's no fluff and there's no BS. I hate fluff and I hate BS at the end of the day. And, everybody can say tomato at the end of the day. But at the end, for me, it's getting in and working with you exclusively And as long as you are loyal and you have integrity, all day long. And even if you don't, for this particular program, I'm not gonna lie, if you got a pulse, you can get in it. You can buy into the program, okay? But for the one-on-one mentoring program, totally different, okay? For the one-on-one mentoring program, yeah, you got to have some integrity and some loyalty. We got to make sure we're a good fit. If we're not a good fit, it's okay. Hey, maybe not right now, maybe later. And we won't move forward with you, and vice versa. You may not like me. You may not like how we do things. That's okay, right? But I know the value of what we have and what we serve to our mentees and even clients and and investors and sellers and all that good stuff. We know what we're bringing to the table, okay? But at the end of the day, the American Amplive American Mentee Program, powered by action and built for results, okay? I wanted to share that with you. I thought it was super important to share that with you. And I'm going to go back here to the live. You can scan that QR code right there. That's actually a different QR code. That's actually for selling properties. You got a property you want to sell, you want a JV, scan that QR code right there, right? We'll get you an instant offer in 24 to 72 hours. Well, bear with us, right? We got a lot in the pipeline. We'll get you an offer somehow. I mean, you may not like it, but we'll definitely get you one. And if it's good, then we'll rock. I do want to share this with you here. It's right there. You can Amplive presents the American Mentee Program. Adjust, adapt, or perish. I say rock and roll. So scan that QR code right there and lock in your spot. You don't got to pay anything right now, but lock in your spot. Okay. Once you lock in your spot, you'll get a little bit more information, a little welcome email, and then it's going to take you to a link where you can actually go take care of it and, come aboard, take care of the hard costs, and we'll rock. Okay. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. But at the same token, tomorrow, please don't forget tomorrow, Wednesday. Okay. It's Wednesday, March 25th. March 25th. All right. It's the Domination live meetup. We're going to talk about creative real estate investing. You'll get to know me a little bit more and what I'm about. I'll share my story and maybe share your story as well. That'd be awesome. And we can go from there. All righty. So I'm going to wrap this up. So this is something I did want to share with you. If you're still watching videos but not closing deals, then you need to take advantage of the American Mentee Program in the digital version. Okay. It's a limited time offer. I believe I'll put this back up here again so you can actually scan that QR code. It's right there. Scan that QR code. It's absolutely free right now where you can actually just get in, just sign up so you're on the list, okay? It's a pre-sale. So just sign up and lock in your spot. I believe it's for the first 50 peeps for that price point. After that, it's going to continue to go up and go up and go up until the final pricing, okay? So take advantage of that. And if you got any deals, definitely send them down the wire. And tomorrow I'll see you for the Real Estate Domination Investor Live Meetup. Obviously, I'll be your host of the Amplive Real Estate Show. And you'll get a specific private link so you can attend once you sign up. And that's going to be for this one right here. This is going to be for the Creative Real Estate Domination Live Networking Meetup. Let me just pull up that giant QR code. That'll be easier because that's what it's for. Point right there. You can scan that QR code right there. That's the big QR code, the Amp Live. And that'll get you in and locked in. And you'll get yourself a welcome email. And we'll go from there. I believe we're all done here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. If you have any questions, definitely reach out. Definitely reach out. I'm going to put my little chat up in here. I didn't put any links or anything in there. It's towards the end, except for the little. Can't type. All right. Definitely like, love, and share. Appreciate it. Like, love, and share. Appreciate it. On YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, we got Twitch, you got Facebook, Instagram, all the social media platforms. I believe we're going to start rocking Rumble. I know Rumble's a little bit different because it's more political and religion stuff and crazy stuff on Rumble. But we got a Rumble. We created a Rumble channel a while back. That's going to be something that's going to be part of the Amp Live TV, where we're talking about a little bit of everything. Right? I don't have a graphic up for you. But Amp Live TV is all about, real estate, politics, religion, entertainment, music, life, the world, And I want to bring that to you. Okay. I've been looking into, even like last night, we're looking into like an Amp Live radio, right? You go, radio? Who does radio? Believe it or not, I guess there's radio broadcasting stations, because obviously we're powered by Amp Live Media, broadcasting media and marketing company. Obviously, we're doing the video stuff here. And how do we get this through podcasts and how to get it out there and radio and all that good stuff, even TV and cable, is at the forefront for the next couple of years here, right? Moving into 2030s. So definitely wanted to share that with you. Definitely tomorrow, we'll see you tomorrow for the Amp Live Domination Live Networking Meetup tomorrow, Wednesday. And that's going to be for Wellness Wednesday at 7 p.m. Definitely like, love, and share. Appreciate it. Keep on rocking and rolling. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I don't think I have anything else for you as far as sharing. I just wanted to share that one website with you. Take advantage of that. And like I said, if you wanted to get into real estate, this is your shot. The Amp Live American Mentee program is now open for a pre-sale. This is something that we've never, ever done before. So definitely take advantage of it. It's being built out now, and you can actually come in as a founder. You come in as a founder, and you can actually say, hey, I want this. What about this? Have you thought about this? And we'll listen. And if it sounds awesome and you want it, we'll put it in. We'll do it. Whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be the burr stuff. It could be anything, right? Who knows? And at the end of the day, you tell us what you want, and we're going to put it in this program. But you're going to learn how to find deals, structure them, and close them. That's the most important thing, right? You want to take leads to appointments, to offers, to deals, to COE, close of escrow, and build an actual firm, a real estate firm. Also going to share with you, I'm going to wrap this up real quick. Once again, introduce you to myself, Miss Elizabeth of VIP Execs Realty, Lending, and Investments in Luxury Properties. Thank you to our sponsors. Powered by Amp Live Media, a media marketing and broadcasting company. I'm going to put my mug up here so you can see my eyeballs while I'm talking to you, and then wrap this all up. So like I said, definitely like, love, and share. Like I said, it's real, raw, always. This will be chopped up, monetized over time. I appreciate you watching. So hopefully if there's anything that you want, or if you have any questions, definitely reach out in some capacity. You can go to amplivemedia.com, amplivemedia.com as well. There's a bunch of training on there. It's going to tell you it's going to share with you what creative real estate investing is and what it's about and what we're about. You can also go to vipexecs.com, vipexecs.com. And I didn't bring it up, but I want to share that with you as a QR code where you can actually, if you're hunting for properties, this is awesome. This is a free gift for you. I believe it is here. Let me see. There it is. Awesome. So you can scan that QR code right there. Whoop, scan the QR code. Free home search, investment property search. Sign up and scan the QR code. Courtesy of VIP Execs Realty, Lending, and Investments. Step into excellence. You can create an account. Nobody's going to bug you at the end of the day. Unless you need something, then you reach out. But you'll be able to have access to the MLS in Southern California, where you can hunt those properties, find those properties, single family, commercial. It doesn't matter what the hell it is. Heck, you can even search throughout California and look for properties. I do encourage you to become a VIP buyer if you are a real estate investor. Okay, so you can get access to deals before they come out to the general public. All righty, so scan that QR code. I will leave you with that. Keep on rocking and rolling. Look forward to rocking with you in the business somewhere in the United States of America, or if you're here in Southern California, hey, definitely reach out. Maybe we get some coffee, break some bread, hit one of our live events as they come down the wire if we decide to do that, but obviously we have all this right here because a lot of people, they got things that they got to do, right? But I will say, don't quit, never stop, keep on rocking. Don't believe other people's bullshit at the end of the day. Go with what's in your heart, what's in your gut, but obviously you got to have some common sense to say, man, should I do this? Should I not do this? I'm telling you, you can, okay? You can do this. Anybody can do this if you set your mind to it. And if that's what you decide you want to do, then you will accomplish it. And hey, sometimes people accomplish things and then they're like, man, that's not what I really wanted. Then they move on. Others are like, yeah, this is it. This is my jam. Thank you. And even then over time, statistically, people are going to change careers anyways, right? But at least you'll have that superpower. So then when you go do something else, or maybe real estate is going to be able to feed your passion and help you do something else down the road. Okay. So keep on rocking and rolling. Hey, 10-4 over and out. I'm going to get on and giddy up right here. I'm just kidding. Right. But I got my hat on. It's rocking and rolling. I like this little hat. I won't wear it all the time. But hey, I thought today would be the occasion to go ahead and rock and roll and giddy up for the week as we close out this quarter. First quarter is almost over, but we're going to go into the second quarter, rock and roll into 2026 and 2027 and beyond into the 2030s. So hopefully you will be rocking and rolling and riding with us into those opportunities, into the future of real estate. Okay, so without further ado, rock and roll in all that you do. Thank you for watching. Keep on rocking. Bye-bye.